Happy Wednesday, everyone. What has gone wrong with parents today? What is it that parents are not raising their kids to be civil or be civilized and teach them from wrong from right? What has We need to make parents great again. We really do because it seems like kids these days are going off the rails and just breaking the law. And I'm going to talk to you more about that. Also, I'm going to talk about Ghislaine Maxwell, how she quietly moved from Florida federal prison to another prison. And I have my theories on that, so let's just get right into it. And welcome back, everyone, to That's It. I don't know about you guys, but kids these days they need an ass whooping. Okay, they need an ass whooping. They need discipline because what I saw on this video, I'm like, this can't be. This absolutely can't be. That three 9-year-old boys from Dallas, Texas, got caught stealing at Walgreens. Yes, got caught stealing at Walgreens, and I'm like saying to myself, where are the parents? Where are their parents? Who are their parents? Like, how can this be okay that you have three boys, okay, caught stealing at Walgreens with bags, gift bags full of items, and they're not items like essentials like toiletries or medicine or they stole toys and snacks, fill them up, fill the bags up like it was Christmas, like they just hit the jackpot. And I'm like, this is just absurd. Like, I can't even imagine if I did that, my parents will whoop my you know what, okay? If it was me or my sisters, forget about it. They would just give us this look, and we just knew something is going to go down when we get home. We just knew. They just gave us that look. And that's what parents used to do. Now these days, parents just cuddle their kids, be their best friends, let them go do things crazy. And it's like, no, you can't be best friends with your child. Kids need discipline. Kids need rules and regulations to put in place. Because once you become their friends, forget it. They're not going to respect you. They're not going to respect authorities. They're not going to respect anything outside the premise of your home. Okay? That's just the bottom line. And I just don't understand some parents just don't have backbones anymore. They really don't. They're very soft on their children when they shouldn't be. Okay? It's okay to give them a little pow-pow in the booty. It's okay to give them time out and punishment and take things away. There should be law and order. But apparently there's not. Okay? And it's just shocking to me. And I'm going to let you watch this video of them trying to get out, try to leave at Walgreens, but a manager locked them in because she was going to call the police so the police can arrest them or figure out where are your parents? Why are you stealing things that you shouldn't be stealing? And but apparently, I guess one of the boys figured it out how to unlock the door, and then they just left. And I'm thinking to myself, were the cops called? Were the cops were involved? What happened? And then next you know it, the sister responded to on TikTok what people had to say because people were very outraged in this video. You should have, you know what? Let me just stop and let you take a listen to what the boys have to say in their own words, and you can just give your thoughts and your opinions about this. So take a listen to the video.
You got like 10 seconds to open up this door. I swear to God, I'm gonna break this up. 10. Open that fucking door. Oh, come on. Oh, bitch, I been knew how to count, ho. Show 4 out of there. Dad do that. Come on, my face. I'm gonna open up this door. I'm not fucking over. Y'all gotta open it. I'm not playing. You know how to count.
Look at the bags. Look how much
Open
they
up
stole.
this door before we break this bitch. Break it. Go ahead. I'm gonna break some up in this bitch. Oh, God. You guys must be dumb. I would like that for it too.
ghetto, trash. It's absolutely disgusting how these boys are talking to the manager. You can just tell that they have an absent father. Okay, the father's probably not in the picture, and it's just crazy, that they can just speak to another adult like this and actually go walk into Walgreens, steal a bunch of candy, snacks, excuse me, and toys, and thinking that's okay. Like, who raised you? Where are your parents? Okay, and this is in Dallas, Texas. Where are the parents? How is this okay and acceptable? It's not acceptable. And I have, a few theories, maybe why the father is not around. It's two potential reasons, maybe three potential reasons why the father's not around. Maybe, the mother has drama of her own. Maybe the mother is nuts and not fully there. Maybe, the mother had a falling out with the father, and the mother probably told the father, don't be around my kids. I don't want you there. I don't want you to see my kids. Blah blah blah. And the guy left. Another possible reason, excuse me, that maybe the father don't want to be a dad. Maybe he just got her pregnant and he didn't want to be involved. He didn't want to be present in the boys' lives, and he just took off and left. Or maybe the father didn't want to deal with the drama. He didn't want to deal with the drama and the headache, and he said goodbye, good riddance, and he took off. I don't know. There's so many scenarios, but this is the reason why young boys today act crazy, okay? Because there's no father figure in their life. There's no father present, right? Apollo, do you agree with me? He's my sidekick for today, and obviously he's not here. I don't know. Apollo! Okay, he can't give me his input, but anyway, continue on. So, if I told him I had a cookie, then he would come. But anyway, but yes, back to this. So, again, the father is not present, because I guarantee if there was two family household in the home, this wouldn't be happening. You know what I mean? Like a kid, these three children wouldn't be acting like this. Bunch of criminals, which they are, and then they're thinking that this is okay when it's not okay. And I really feel sorry for the boys. I really feel sorry for the mother, because their upbringing, that this is acceptable to them. They feel like this is acceptable in our society, that this is okay to do, which is not okay, because there's a possibility in the near future when they're older, all three of them will end up, one, dead, God forbid, in prison, God forbid, or maybe worse, probably get involved in a gang because there's no father figure in their life. There's no father telling them what is right and what is wrong. There's so much a mother can do, you know what I mean? But when you don't have a father directing you and telling you how to be a man and how to become a man and what's right and what's wrong, then there's no foundation. There's no foundation for them to grow up. There's so much a mother can do. You know what I mean? That's why you need both parents to teach a child, because every parent have their roles. You know what I mean? To be how to raise a child. You know what I mean? You have a mother and you have a father. That's why it's good to have two parents. And when you don't have a two-parent household, that's fine too, because a lot of divorced parents, their children turn out fine, majority of them, and some not. However, this is the result of this, just going into Walgreens and just stealing things and thinking that's okay. And now people are upset with the manager because they're saying that the manager locked them in, and they locked them in against their will. They were stealing, okay? Just like if any other person was stole something in the store, you're going to be contained until law enforcement comes, right? So how is it that it's the manager's fault? I don't think it's the manager's fault at all. I believe that those three boys did something wrong, they did something criminal, and they should pay the price. But take a listen to what the sister had to respond to. And there's no accountability. The sister's not taking any accountability of anything what their brothers did that night or day. I don't know. They had like nightgowns. Not nightgowns. Excuse me. They had pajamas on and a robe, and I don't know if it was during the day, during the night. It's just ridiculous. But take a listen to what the sister had to respond to of what their brothers did.
So, these people in the comments, what y'all got to say?
Okay, so please, stop. If people stop saying they mama poor, they can't afford food, our mama can't afford food. And second of all, we fully dressed. We got more money. Second of all, y'all dicking. Get off dick. Y'all niggas about my sister. This is not my mama, this is my sister. She make more money than you. She got her own house. She pay her own bills. She got more shit than you. You broke. You're getting more shit. And that was not food inside the bed. That was snacks and toys.
And if it was, yeah, that's what y'all like the fuck.
Matter of fact, everybody steal. Matter of fact, y'all got
food. Everybody.
Pause. Everyone steals. No, sweetheart. No one doesn't steal, okay? Because if that's the case, everyone would be arrested. First of all, I couldn't even make out what the boy was saying because there was so many slang, so many ghetto words that I couldn't understand or comprehend what the boy was saying. Also, you're saying that your sister make a lot of money. She has her own house. We don't even know what she does for a profession. God forbid she could be a stripper. You know what I mean? Or a prostitute. I don't know. But you're not holding your brothers accountable for what they did. You're saying that it's okay for them to go to Walgreens and steal. It's okay for them to take things, and that's okay without any consequences, without any accountability. What kind of sister are you? And then now you're going to go on TikTok and then just bash people because people have comments about it? Yes, your brothers are criminals. And if they don't get their act together, if there's no discipline, then they're going to be heading to a different dark path in their life, okay? It's not okay, and it's not acceptable, and people do not steal, okay? I don't know what household they're raising. I mean, the household, whoever is raising them, okay? But that's not true. As you can see, they're not very educated. You know what I mean? They're learning something. They're learning it from somebody, and someone's telling these three boys it's okay to steal. It's okay to take things without even paying, without even asking permission. It's okay, and that is wrong. And they're teaching these three boys the wrong path. Okay, the wrong path. But let's continue on whatever they were saying because I can't even understand what they're saying.
Everybody that knows y'all got food.
Y'all grown people.
But yeah, like at the end of the day, my mama did not know that they got dropped off. But
so where's the mother? Pause. Where's the mother? Where's the mother? Was she at work? Was she aware of this? Where is the mother? For goodness sake, it's just crazy. I'm like, we need to make parents great again, okay? Because this is just crazy. That can't be my child, okay? First of all, I wouldn't even raise my child to be that way. Second of all, if I ever find out that my child did that, I probably would be in jail. My kid would have a butt whooping, okay? I probably would be in prison, okay? Because there's no way in hell that I will raise my child to go to any department store and steal. No. Again, it's all about how you raise your kids. And if you don't raise them properly, then they're going to become criminals. They're going to become a gang member. They're going to end up in prison or dead or worse. And it's just very terrible. And it's super important to have these these morals placed in a child. You know what I mean? It's important to raise your child from right from wrong and wrong from right, and let them know that this is not acceptable in our society. It's not acceptable just to go and steal. It's not acceptable to be disrespectful to adults at all. This is not okay. And to them, in their world, it's okay because they don't know no better. And it's not the child's fault. It's not the children's fault. It's the person that's raising them. And, shame on the sister who's older, should have taught these boys not to do that. And shame on the mother, too, not knowing what was happening and not being involved. And the father, too, for not being involved in all this. It's just terrible and it's just sad. And my heart goes out to them. And I'm going to be praying for them because hopefully someone will talk some sense into them, to the family. And hopefully the boys will hopefully learn their lesson and not do this again. But I'm doubtful. But you know what? It's all in God's hands. And hopefully he will help these boys out. But moving on to the next thing. Ghislaine Maxwell. Okay, Ghislaine Maxwell. There she is. Okay. So, Ghislaine Maxwell, ex-girlfriend of Jeffrey Epstein, and she's serving a 20-year sentence in Florida federal prison. But, you guys, it seemed like that she got secretly moved to another prison. I wonder why. Let me still pull her up. So, this is what the U.S. Today News had to say about this. It says Ghislaine Maxwell, the convict sex trafficker and a longtime associate of Jeffrey Epstein, has quietly been moved from a federal prison in Florida to a lower security facility in Texas. Federal Bureau of Prison officially confirmed August 1st. The transfer comes as Maxwell attorney pressing the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn her conviction while also seeking a pardon or drop the cases or whatever from her from President Donald Trump to exchange for her cooperation in the Epstein investigation and border sex trafficking issue. Maxwell spent 2 days last week talking to Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, Trump's former personal defense lawyer, at a courthouse near Tallahassee prison, where she was serving 20-year prison sentence for sex trafficking related to Epstein. Now, anyone who don't know, this is Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend, associate, Robert Maxwell's daughter, who died, who was a spy intelligence, and all that stuff. But my theory is, okay, why did they move her? She was there serving her 20-year sentence. Now she spoke to the attorney, General Attorney Todd Blanche, and now she's moving to a lower security. Why is that? This is my theory and what I suspect. I don't know what information she gave them for them to stay there for 2 days, but my theory is, one, she probably said too much, because why she's talking now? She had all those years to say something against Jeffrey Epstein to plead her case, so her case can be revoked or she can be pardoned. But she didn't say anything until President Trump said, well, there's no blackmail, there's no blacklist, there's no black book, there's nothing there. And then she's scratching her head, well, why am I serving a 20-year sentence if there's nothing there? If there's nothing there and there was no sex trafficking occurred, then why am I serving time? I'm the only one. And then the rest of the person that was involved in this is just enjoying their life. And I'm serving a 20-year sentence. So that's when, obviously she went to her attorney. Her attorney went to the JOP. And was it JLP? Did I say that right? DOJ. Excuse me, DOJ. Sorry, I said JLP. I don't know what I'm thinking. DOJ. Anyway, and I don't know what information she gave them. Excuse me. But my theory is her father used to be a spy. I don't know if she's a spy intelligent. I'm not quite sure, but maybe they moved her because maybe something may happen to her. Just like what happened to Jeffrey Epstein, that he got killed in his cell. Maybe they're trying to protect her, so there no harm will be against towards her. Maybe they're just hiding her so she won't say too much. It's just a lot of maybes, but this is just my theory, because why would they move her? Why would they just keep her there in the Florida federal prison? Why move her to a lower security in Texas? Okay, maybe, Ghislaine Maxwell, she just knows too many higher people that may come after her and may do something to her, or maybe they just keep her in a lower place so they can keep their eyes on her. Because I believe they're not going to pardon her. She's not going to be released, because how is that justice for the victims that were involved in this when she was involved in this in the first place? She was the main person to sex trafficking young girls. So I don't believe, in my hearts and hearts, I don't believe that President Trump is going to pardon her. I don't believe that President Trump is going to release her or any source at all, because she has every involvement in this. Because as witnesses have said that and has testified to that, and there's transcripts of that as well. So I don't believe that. I believe that they moved her to keep her out of harm's way, to keep her safe, and to give her what she wants. Maybe she requested to be removed from that prison from Florida and go somewhere else, that she would have more, more privilege, things that she can have more leeway of doing, opposed to when she was in the federal prison in Florida. Maybe she would have more access to do certain things that she couldn't do over there. It's a lot of things. Maybe she'll work some type of deal. Um, I had, and the reason why I came across this because I saw this on the internet because I haven't heard anyone report about this. Her attorney said something, but I haven't heard anything reported on Fox News or any type of media outlet. So it just makes me to believe that she knows more than she's saying or telling to the government, and they are protecting her and hiding her because they don't want any harm's way to come for her because they don't want what happened to Jeffrey Epstein to happen to her. It's all of a sudden that she's dead, that she killed herself when no one's not going to believe that in a heartbeat. No one's not going to believe that she ended her life or anything at that source. But it just really, really weird to me that this is all happening hush hush and that I don't know. I can't make of it. You know what I mean? My gut is telling me that they're just trying to keep her silent. They got the information that they need and that's it. And then they just moved her. And they're not going to pardon her. You go to watch and see. They're not going to pardon her. They're not going to overturn this either. They're not going to do that because if they do that, the people are going to be outraged of that you let a sex offender, sex trafficker woman release. The victims are not going to be pleased about this because why would you let her go? You know, she needs to stay in there. She cannot be released, okay? And there need to be more people be taking accountability for this as well. You know what I mean? So I just believe that they worked some type of deal to remove her, like I said, to put her in a different population, a lower security. Now, why would they put her in a lower security? Maybe they might have a hit on her. I don't know. I don't want to do all these conspiracy theories because I'm not one of those people with conspiracy theories. It just looks very suspicious to me that they will move her. If she already gave information that they needed, why move her in the first place? Why just not keep her there? So that looks a little suspicious to me, okay? Or maybe they worked a deal with her, or maybe she requests to be moved. Again, I don't know the full detail. It was not very clear on US Today, a full detail why she got removed. Removed. Did she request it? I'm not quite sure, but I will definitely let you know more about that and give you more updates about that. But it's just very weird to me, and I wouldn't even trust this woman at all because all she did was lie and did things criminal and hurt young girls and victimized them and abused them and basically just handed to Jeffrey Epstein and then Epstein handed them to other associates of his and basically sex trafficked them. It's just utterly disgusting, despicable. And in my opinion, I don't think Ghislaine Maxwell should be released. She should get pardoned. Her case should not be overturned, point blank, period. I think Trump made a big mistake by saying that there was nobody involved. I think he was just trying to protect himself, meaning that he wanted this whole Epstein to go away when it's not going away because the American people want to know the truth. They want to know who was involved in this so people can take accountability for it. Now, will they tell us everything? No, because this is the government, you guys. This is the government. They lie, steal, hide things. They don't want to tell us things because they feel like we're not going to handle this, the news. They feel like it's none of our business. You know what I mean? They just think that we're stupid and dumb and we're not intelligent. We don't do our research. They just want to keep us on a tight lid and for us to think that this is going to go away. But it's not going away because a lot of people are talking about this. A lot of people want transparency and truth and find out the people that were involved in this so they can go to prison themselves. I don't think one person should end up serving 20 years of sex trafficking when there's other people who were involved in this as well. And like I said in my previous videos, that people that were involved in this should be held accountable for it and go to prison and do the time. Okay? Do the time. They've been running free for over a decade because they thought that it was going to go away. And now it's not going away because the Republicans and the Democrats, they want to know the truth. They want people who are involved in this for the names to be released, okay? Because there are names. There may not be a black book or a black or a list But there's names that people were involved in the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking. There were people that went to that island and had sex with underage girls. They know it, and we know it too. It's all a matter of time. And like I said, truth always wins. And the truth will come out. It will come out eventually. And maybe, President Trump is trying to keep his name out of it. But my thing is, if you're innocent and you have nothing to hide, the only, thing is he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein for 15 years. That's it. You're friends with him. You have photographs of him. That's it. If you know that you didn't do anything and you claim and you say that you've never been to that island, then you have nothing to hide. Who is he protecting? Is it one of his family members that was involved? Someone that he knows that he's protecting? Because it doesn't make any sense to me why he can't just be transparent and just release everything. If you have nothing to hide and if he's not guilty. If there's tapes, because there's tapes too. There's tapes in this whole case. Tapes, lots of tapes. All I'm saying is release the names, redact the victims. Obviously, we have to protect the victims' rights and their names. Redact it, but release it. But again, will that happen? I don't think so, but time will tell. All I know is truth always wins. Truth always is on our side. And like I said, when things are hidden in the dark, Jesus brings it to the light. He always brings it to the light. So it doesn't matter what the government says or do or try to cover up, truth always wins. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And I will see you guys tomorrow.